the generation of today is much more focused on what they want out of life and what they want to do ahead. I want to give you an anecdote about how it happened for me. So back in my time, you had two choices. You could do engineering or medical, or the rest didn't matter. The cutoffs were, believe me, around 92% for the medical side. So I said, hey, I can do medical, but I had to add my 11th standard marks and my 12th standard marks to reach 92. So that was not happening. I got into pharmacy, B Pharma, and chemistry was my favorite subject, number 112. So there it went. I had a few weeks of nice pharmacy lectures I don't absolutely remember. And then came this letter saying that I'd got admission into hotel management. I took the next train back to Bombay, and I got myself admitted to hotel management. I knew very little about the industry, but it was a 3 years of blissful experience. We used to actually study during the day and work during the evenings. We were supposed to, the college was till 4 o'clock. In the evening, we were sent to hotels to work as a waiter. I used to earn 25 rupees every evening, princely sum at that point. And trust me, that really sets the bar for hard work, and trust you, it sets you up for life. So that's my take on future. Don't worry about what you've decided. It might change sometime. Let it go. You will find your way. You will find your thing to do in your life, and you will do well, no matter what. So let it go. Okay, so today I'm going to take you through my personal journey of taste and how what we eat is evolving. How many of you want to become an entrepreneur? Wow. And some of the speakers too. That's nice. Super. So here are the 3 P's that define my journey as an entrepreneur. Perils, pressure, and trust me, a lot of pleasure. It started, I think, when I was at the Taj. I was about 25 years old, and I was given the responsibility to set up a whole new division for them. And I think this experience planted the first seeds of entrepreneurship for me. Steve Jobs once said, stay hungry, stay foolish. And foolish I was. I chucked up my job at the Taj, and I said, I'm going to start a business. Or nowadays it's called a startup. Very fashionable. So I took the plunge. I had no money, no long-term plan. I had no projections, no market surveys, but just a conviction that people wanted to eat good food, the kind I was already cooking at the hotels, but at a value. So that's what I did for about 10 years. And trust me, I never had time to go and do an MBA. And I think that 10 years was like an MBA for me. Practically, I learned marketing, finance, taxes, economics, strategy, handling government servants, everything together. So as success grew, I became hungrier and more foolish. I opened 2 more companies. I was having a lot of fun. And then I sold them. I did it again a few years ago now. As part of the Puratos group that I am in now, I set up a subsidiary for them for India and South Asia. It was a greenfield project from the ground up. So I had complete freedom within, of course, the scope of the group to do what I wanted, how I wanted to bring it up. I got a lot of freedom from the group. And this, what I call, is entrepreneurship, that you work within the group and yet you are so independent as an entrepreneur. Very few companies give you that. So all those of you who raise your hands who want to become an entrepreneur, don't worry about people saying about the demographics of India, or it's the best time in India to do things, or the fact that the VCs are ready to fund you. Don't worry about that. To be an entrepreneur, I think you need 2 things. passion for an idea, and the stupidity to believe that the idea will actually work out. So when we speak of passion, let me tell you about my first day at work. So like I told you, I went to work at a 5-star hotel, and here I was with illusions of grandeur, thinking that I would be cooking for celebrities. And I found myself in this very hot and steamy kitchen, literally dropped into hot oil, and given a bag of onions and a very sharp knife to slice them. So slice I did, my finger. I drew blood, and they say it's a good omen, but I think it was a sign of what a life of a chef is. Through my years in the hotel industry, both at ITC and at the Taj, I came to know the 10 things they never told you about being a chef. So first, you will abuse cigarettes, grass, alcohol, and Red Bull. Not in that order. You will get physical injuries, including butt rash. Google it, it's there. You will be angry and you will abuse like a sailor. And you will fall in love with your job. So I have a great team around me within the group in Mumbai who work on the cornerstone of integrity. And the kind of decisions we take based on integrity are no less. I'll give you 2 small examples. One is that we do not hire from competition at all. 2, that we use the safest of ingredients. Now, I don't know if you read in the papers some months ago, there was a question about a product called bromate. Bromate causes cancer. It's a carcinogenic product, and it has been banned in many countries, but still available to use in many, many other countries, including India. As a company, we had banned it within our company from years. We said we will not use it. We will lose market share, we will lose the market, we will not feed it to our customers. So that's the kind of strong commitments that you can make basis ethics. Sustainability. Now, we owe it to the communities in which we work for them to have a sustainable future. I often go and meet customers, and when I ask them, what are your problems? They say, my biggest problem is that I cannot get skilled manpower. On the other hand, I see many underprivileged kids coming out of schools, colleges, without resources, without any skill sets to go ahead in life. So I said, what can we do about it? So we opened a bakery school. It was 3 years ago, and I'm happy to say that some of the students are now in the industry earning as much as their parents. So it gives you a lot of satisfaction. Another example of sustainability is via cocoa. So we grow also, part of the thing is to source cocoa for chocolate. And we help farmers in Ivory Coast and Vietnam to help them earn better by growing better quality cocoa and also building a sustainable supply chain. Let me show you a video on that.
Tôi là Lê Văn Yến, quê Bến Tre.
M'appelle Amo Giro Dawi Beatrice. Quand ici dans mon champ de cacao, là, je me sens à l'aise parce que je sais que demain, je vais avoir de quoi à manger. Beaucoup de jeunes, quand je leur dis, s'ils prennent cacao, là, l'avenir dedans. Puratos me paye mieux et il paye tout de suite. Quand a commencé, il a commencé à pousser les enfants.
Trong thời tới càng ngày càng già, thành ra tôi chuyển cho thằng con trai út của tôi tên Tân. Thành ra tất cả các cái kinh nghiệm tôi sẽ truyền lại cho con tôi. Theo tôi chuyển nghiệp.
Ça a changé ma vie.
It's really satisfying. I've been to the farms there and I've met exactly this person who you see in the Vietnam video. I've sat and had food with his family. They are such a happy lot, such a happy lot. So to grow, one must always continue to learn. And when I became a CEO, I felt I needed to learn more to keep up with a very fast changing world. And like I told you, I never did my MBA. So I went back to INSEAD. Everybody knows INSEAD? Yeah, it's one of the best business schools in the world. And I went back there for a year with some of the world's best professors. And the teaching was based on cutting edge research. It was totally case study based. It was an amazing year that I spent there. And now that I'm back, I feel I'm so much better equipped to take on the world. So do keep learning. As you go ahead in life, do keep learning. I also try to keep this culture of learning through our company. I try to inculcate it in whatever we do. One of the things we do is have an education assistance for a lot of people who want to study further while they're working. We also have a very well-stocked office library. As a group, we have an online platform called the Puratos University, which will help you to take courses, technical, sales, otherwise, everything. We do seminars and employees for customers as well every month. We have a center of excellence that we call the Innovation Center. We have two in India, where we conduct training and ideas. We give training to customers, and we help them with ideas to help them be more successful in their businesses. And they really appreciate that. So I believe that people should grow from within as well. We have many examples of passionate people, like an office boy or a receptionist that I had, who's continuing to learn while they're working and have reached spectacular heights. So it's very satisfying to see that. Something on innovation. I'll take you back to, again, my first job. So when I joined ITC, ITC was trying to find a niche. It was a new chain at that time. It was trying to find a niche in the very competitive hotel industry against two very large other chains. And they used food as an emotional bond to connect with the customers. They built brands like the Bukhara, like the Dampukht, Dakshin, very, very blue ocean products, something which nobody had done before. I'm happy to recall my days when I worked with Chef Imtiaz Qureshi, a very typical old world chef, and got him to actually impart or part with his family secret recipes. I'm still in touch with him on an everyday basis now. In fact, he was the first chef to be awarded a Padma Shri this year. So let's talk a bit about, so that was tradition, and let's now talk about innovation. And this is from a research that we've been doing across the world, and specifically in India also. So some of the trends that you've seen are from that research that we've done. We see that people are eating very differently. The crowd, the people are getting younger, urbanization is increasing, there is more and more nuclear families building up. Consumers want new flavors. They want new concepts. They want new ideas. And at the same time, they recall the taste of the food made at home. And often, people choose to balance these two. Let's see how they do that. So they embrace the change in 3 different ways. One is adaptation. So you have a nice, authentic pasta dish in which you add a touch of spice just to suit your palate. On the other side, you can have assimilation, where you keep the food original and you borrow from other cultures. Say having a very nice thin crust pizza with a nice Italian tomato sauce and loaded with mozzarella cheese and adding chicken tikka on the top. Or you could have a complete fusion, in integration. Any of you tried a Chinese dosa? Yeah? So that's integration, combining 2 whole cultures, making them clash together. So further in innovation, mixing ingredients and flavors has a deep science called food pairing behind it. Okay? Now, each of you have received the boxes, and I think you've been very patient enough, and you deserve the chocolate that is inside. So please go ahead and eat the chocolate. Carl, you didn't get one? Okay, they'll get you another box. There's lots of boxes behind. Somebody will. There's another one. Can you tell me what it contains? What does the chocolate in the filling, what does it contain? Can somebody tell me? Any guesses? Coconut? Coffee? That's good. Coffee is one of them. Yes. You will not be able to guess the other 2. It's the chocolate is from Costa Rica. Okay, it's a single origin Costa Rica, and it has a filling made of coffee, mushrooms, and olive oil. Yes. Let me tell you how this works. So food is a complex story. It revolves around our 5 senses, right? So sight and hearing, the colors that we see, the crunchiness that we feel make up the perception of the food. But it's actually the taste, the touch, and the smell which really make up the main experience. Taste, as we know, is made up of 5 elements: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Smell is more complex. It's possible that humans can detect up to 10,000 different odors. 80% of what we taste is actually the aroma. So we do aroma profiling using a method called GC mass technology. Say on a product like this strawberry. So we do this algorithm. So we break it up, and the strawberry contains many different flavors. Only a few are really detectable by us, like cheesy or fruity or green. And through further techniques and using algorithms, we match profiles of various other foods and drinks with a strawberry, which leads to pairing. There's a technique behind it. And this helps to build a whole different bouquet of flavors. This is a website called foodpairing.com. Try to visit it and you'll really enjoy it. Dominique Persoon is a very passionate chocolatier. He runs a shop called Chocolate Line in Belgium. In his shop, you can find very different flavors like cigar smoke, leather, or chili. He's also redefining how to consume chocolate. Normally you would eat it. He teaches us to sniff it through the nose, shoot the chocolate into your brain, and fill your head with chocolatiness. So he sells this shooter. He sells this shooter with chocolates in different flavors, and you put it there and you snap it and it goes straight up your nose. It's amazing. In India, we refer to innovation as Indovation, and we try to adapt various products to the Indian taste. I brought along a masala chai rusk for you to taste as well. So please go ahead. Many of you must have tasted samosa in a bun, right? Have you tasted gulab jamun in a bun? Have you tasted ice cream in a bun? Yeah? So that's a bit of innovation around, but that's just for fun. So finally, all this comes down to customer service. Why should we look at customer service? We see that competitive intensity is increasing. Market leaders are losing their position very fast. You've seen what happened to Nokia or BlackBerry. Customers are less loyal to brands. For example, the car industry now. You could just about change your car every other day and you're not loyal to one brand. And the return on assets is declining. So success comes to companies which put their customer first. It was 12th of March 1993. I was working at the Sea Rock Sheraton, Mumbai, when a bomb blast ripped through the hotel. It took us 6 minutes to bring all the guests down safely, down to the safety areas. Mumbai had complete riots going on, everything was shut. We could not go home. We stayed in the hotel for 2 full weeks, working 24/7 for our customers, for the guests that were there, till the last one had left. So that's thank you. That's what you do for your customers, truly from the heart. And we carry this even on our visiting card. So everyone in our company has customer service associate written on their visiting cards along with their other designations, because we are all customer service associates. It shows our commitment to the customer. In fact, we go an extra mile to ensure that all our systems, our processes in the company are aligned so that the salesperson, when he is meeting the customer, is fully empowered to take a decision. So we see customer centricity in a different way in food. We see a trend called meal mobility. This is the last trend I will speak about, is called food on the go. We know that eating food is changing. We were eating 3 meals a day at times, 3 set meals almost always at home sometimes. And from there, we now eat anywhere and everywhere. We go to the mall, we eat. We go to the airports, we eat. We are eating in the flight, we are eating in the stations. And we are eating often, but we are also eating smaller portions. So customers, we've helped customers adapt their menus accordingly. Yeah? I'll show you some of the pictures. Food is also going mobile. It's about convenience, on the go. Small portions, sometimes on a stick. Pocket sandwiches becoming very popular, and they are, if you see, they are sealed so that the filling doesn't come out. Because often you're eating stuff like that with one hand. Because now in the other hand, there's always a mobile phone. Yeah, true. That's the way we've adapted our eating now. And finally, the most important, quality. Every person, I believe, in the company is responsible for delivering quality. Customers are attaching more and more importance to the quality of the food that they eat, which involves taste, health, nutrition, convenience, and pleasure. So I recall again my olden days when I had my business, that was one of my cafes. I must have been doing something right in my businesses to bring many appreciative customers to me. It's Enrique Iglesias, Shaggy, Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits, and Brian Adams. Shakira didn't allow me to take pictures with her. So I hope I've given you a peek into the future of food. My advice to you, travel often, eat well. I visited approximately 26 countries, and it's helped me meet a lot of new people and experience cultures through food. Thank you.